Hi everyone, Happy New Year! Welcome back to Lavendaire. It's so good to see you again. I hope you had an amazing, beautiful holiday season. So today we're going to talk about my 2017 goals and theme for the new year. If you haven't heard of the concept of a theme, I actually made a video last year about my 2016 theme, and I'll link that below so you can watch it. But basically, last year my theme was to be bold and to be consistent. So I kind of had two themes, like a macro theme and a micro theme last year. And just last year in review, I think I did take my theme to heart. I did do a lot of things that were bold, and whenever I had a big opportunity, I didn't hesitate. I would accept it and say yes and go up for the challenge. For example, last year, a few bold things that I did were I gave my first TEDx talk, which was amazing, literally like a life goal of mine. And I signed with an agency. I launched my first podcast, The Lavendaire Lifestyle. I also took a spontaneous trip to Europe with my friend Judith, where we only had like 2 weeks to plan. So that was like crazy. I got invited into YouTube's Next Up program, which was amazing. I got to meet a lot of new people, learn a lot of stuff, and I launched my first product, the Artist of Life workbook, which many of you know about. If you don't know about it, it will definitely be in the description below, and I'll talk about it later also. And I feel like this was a year where I was more bold with like my body, in terms of like I was 25 turning 26 last year, and I felt like that was the age where I felt like a complete adult, like I could make my own decisions. For example, like I got LASIK, which was something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And this might be TMI for some people, but if you watched my birth control contraception video, I finally got an IUD, which was something that I've been wanting to do but have been so scared to do for so long. And some other fun things, like I got my eyebrows tattooed, and I'll talk about that later in like my December favorites video, which I'll shoot right after this. But yeah, I feel like I made a lot of bold decisions this year, and I said yes to a lot of big new things, and it was a big year for me. Like it really, my life changed a lot, and I have so much momentum now, and it's really exciting. So now let's talk about the other theme, consistency, because this is where I had like my fallbacks. So I was pretty consistent the first few months of the year, where I was meditating, journaling, reading, and doing all of those like healthy habits daily. And consistency is always something that's tough for me to work on, especially keeping up so many different habits. And towards like the end of the year, November, December, I got real lazy. Like I even stopped doing yoga. And there was a time, most of the year, I was like going to yoga 3 to 4 times a week. I was really good for a few months, and then I just completely like fell off and got lazy, and the holidays came. Really, my life got thrown off, and that's okay. But yeah, I just realized that I can't have too many things on my consistency to-do list. I really have to like tone down the habits. And so next year, I still want to be consistent, but I'm going to choose one thing. I'm going to choose meditate daily, and I'll talk about that when I talk about my 2017 goals. So first, let's talk about my theme for 2017. So going into this year, my theme for this year is space. I want to create more space for myself. I was deciding between the words balance and space, and I kept feeling like I kept going back to the word space. Like I want to create more room in my life, more space. So in November and December, I really got thrown off. I wasn't really centered in doing things that were benefiting my well-being. I think I focused a lot on work and my career and making that workbook. That whole workbook, I literally worked all those 2 months on it, and it stressed me out at some points. But I mean, it was super rewarding, but at the same time, I found myself working like 15-hour days where I would like wake up, like go straight to work all day, only take like breaks to literally eat, and like sleep at 3 a.m. Like I didn't make time to take a break, go outside, exercise, do yoga. I didn't even take a break for like relaxing. I just felt like I got into that very hustling mode where I was focusing just on creating and work, which is not necessarily bad, but at the same time, it was very imbalanced. I wasn't giving time to myself. I wasn't like exercising. I was very unhealthy in the way that I was eating. And so moving forward, I'd like to just step back and relax and not be in that state of like hustling anxiety, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes I could get real ambitious and I could get into that mode, and it's great, maybe I'm productive, but at the same time I don't feel amazing. I don't feel like calm and centered and balanced, and that's what I want for 2017. Also, I want to create more space to make time for things to do just to make me happy, like things that are just purely for fun, because last year I had these things on my list that I never got to, like learning to watercolor paint and taking dance classes. I didn't really do that much. I did some, but not as much as I wanted. So I think this year I want to create more time to just do things for fun instead of just like thinking about my career. So yeah, hopefully this year I can make more space in my life, space for me to breathe, relax, enjoy the little things in life, the beautiful things, and just have more time for myself and for the things that I just want to do just for fun, and really have a more balanced life. You know, success at the speed of balance. That's always been a quote that I've told myself. So it really is just like learning to incorporate that, learning not to go too fast, to have some space to just enjoy the present moment in front of me. All right, so let's move on to my 2017 goals. And so in alignment with my 2017 theme, to create more space, my number one habit goal of this year is to meditate daily. So ideally, I want to meditate in the mornings. Like I'll start with 10 minutes and then see if I could build from there. If I don't get to meditate in the morning, I'll do it at night before I sleep. So I feel like 10 minutes out of your day is really not so much. And I don't know, it's just hard to have been consistent with it in these past years. But this year is my year to prioritize meditation, because I feel like that is the number one thing that can help me just kind of detach myself from that go, go, go mentality, learn to relax, sit back, and enjoy life a little bit more. My second goal this year is to create 2 videos a week for YouTube. So previously I just did 1 video a week, and this year I'm gonna up it to 2 and upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I'm excited because I just have so many ideas, and I realize I can't get them all out if I'm only doing 1 video a week. So it will be both like a challenge and a way to explore my creativity a little bit more and create more videos that I'm proud of. My third goal is the big project of the year, and that is to write my first book. Yes, I want to finish writing my book this year. I kind of told myself this last year, but of course I pushed it back. I did come out with like an outline and a table of contents, but I think I'm not confident in it yet, so I have to revise that. First work on the book proposal that I want to finish by like February, and then once that's done, I can like tweak that and get feedback and then write the book. So stay updated on that. I really am just gonna maybe set aside time like every Thursday and Friday to do book writing, because I like to block my days. So Monday through Wednesday I'll be working on like shooting, editing videos. Thursdays, Fridays will be like podcast and book writing days. We'll see how that goes. My fourth goal of the year is a creative one, and it's to do daily posts on Instagram. So I've never been really good at being consistent on Instagram, but this year I really want to like practice taking better photos, because I just love that medium and I love visual content. I just want to get better at it, and it's a way for me to practice. So I also read this book last year, Capture Your Style by Ami Song, and this book really kind of motivated me to use Instagram as a creative outlet, as just something where I could explore my creativity for fun. I also want to do like artsy videos to post on Instagram, like maybe like life as art or some like visual, pretty vlogs. I just want to experiment more with my creativity and put that on Instagram. And the reason why I can't put it on YouTube is I've learned some things from like YouTube Camp and researching that like you can actually upload videos to your channel that can hurt your channel. For example, when I upload vlogs, they're not as popular, like they don't get as many views as my other videos, and when that happens, the YouTube algorithm kind of demotes your channel and it doesn't recommend your stuff. So this is why big YouTubers have a separate vlog channel. It's because sometimes certain types of content can hurt your channel and bring it down. So it kind of sucks, but I realize I have to be more strategic on YouTube. I have to make everything high quality on YouTube and kind of like be picky about what I put on YouTube versus on Instagram. I'm seeing that as my creative art platform where I can literally post whatever I want. So just so you know, FYI, YouTube will be more strategic, Instagram will be pure art and whatever I feel and whatever I want. Sorry for the tangent, but I wanted you to know. All right, so my 5th goal of 2017 is to exercise 3 times a week because I want to move my body more. I feel like I've been so lazy lately and I want to get back to the gym. I want to dance, I want to do yoga, and I'm gonna do like a habit tracker where at the end of each week, or maybe like as the week goes on, I'll be checking off the times I exercise, and I think that visually will really help me to stay motivated. And yeah. And my final goal of 2017 is to limit my time on social media. I've spent way too much time being distracted on social media that this year I'm only gonna check all my accounts morning, afternoon, and evening. So 3 times a day, I feel like that's enough times. You can like catch up in the morning, you have a midday check-in, and then right at night, you know, before you get ready to go to bed. Because this year I feel like I waste too much time kind of checking notifications and responding to comments and emails throughout the day, and it's getting harder and harder for me to respond to everyone, and I really want to use my time wisely to be productive, to create content, because that's what I love to do and I like to create, and spend less time on like just checking what people are saying and things. And so I noticed that every time I check a notification, it leads me on this like rabbit hole to check other things, and then like 15-20 minutes go by and I'm like, what am I doing? So yeah, I think limiting my time on social media will also help me create more space. It will let me be more productive, and it will just have like, you know, a more structure to my day. So there you have it. Those are my 2017 goals and my theme for the new year. Let me know what your goals are and what your theme is. Post them in the comments below. I'd love to see them. Also, just a quick plug here. Shout out to my workbook community because I love you guys so much. You know how inspired I am by all of you. If you guys haven't heard, I have something called a 2017 Artist of Life workbook, which is a product that can help you plan your most intentional year by going through all your specific goals and answering all these questions. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description below. But basically we have like a private Facebook community where we all get to interact, encourage each other, share ideas, and I'm amazed at how you guys are just so inspiring and so helpful, and there are a lot of good resources in there. So thank you for contributing. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this year because it's like my first time being in this mastermind group, and we're all gonna encourage each other to achieve our dreams throughout the year. And yeah, I feel like that will help me be consistent this year. You know, I need more accountability, guys. You have to make sure that I practice meditation daily and I follow through with all of these other goals. So yeah, remember these goals, and if I fall off track, you can let me know and maybe it'll motivate me to get back on. So thank you guys for watching, and stick around for so many more great videos this year. Love you, bye.